Howdy folks, my name is Winters and welcome back to this Let's Play series of Star Trek Online. So for this episode, we're not going continuing on with the main story. We're actually going to stop for a little while and we're going to focus on something else. Now before we get into that, there's a little bit of house cleaning stuff I want to do, and that is primarily I want to spend some specialization points. We have 5, and if you remember I said I was going to do this in batches of 5, and we have another 5 now. As you know, we've been doing story missions, and I have been keeping up with my Admiralty missions, and this is basically how I have got these 5 points. So there we go, that's those finished, and that means Intelligence Officer is now complete. And that leaves only Temporal Operative to finish out and Constable. So we only need 45 more specialization points and that's it. We have completed the entire specialization, or all specialization trees. Just 45 more points to go, which is really good going actually to be this far on already. Now, if I have done my math right, we should, yes, we have now completed the final Gamma Recruit objective. And it rewards, let's see, what does it reward? By spending 15 points in the applicable specimen, instead of rewarding with an upgraded, improved version. Alright, so we get an improved version of some of the traits. That's it. That's all of our Gamma Recruit objectives. 100% complete. Every single one of them is done now. And again, that is fantastic going to have done that. So we'll unlock this and we get some tech upgrades as well. And we get some improved trait unlocks. Secondary Starship trait unlocks. So that would be for Commando and Constable and Strategist. We have just got improved versions of those traits. We're actually not using any of them, but if we see here, improved demolition teams, this is the Starship trait that you get for filling out the Commando secondary specialization. Improved unconventional tactics is what you get from Strategist, and we have not yet filled out Constable, so we don't have that Starship trait unlocked yet, but we will. So right, okay, that's specialization points spent, Gamma Recruit done, and we're ready to rock. Okay, so what I want to talk about and focus on in this episode is seasonal events. So within any calendar year, there are 3 major seasonal events in Star Trek Online. The first of which is usually around the end of January, beginning of February. Star Trek Online celebrates its anniversary. And that is the anniversary for when the game launched. Then around June, July, you have the summer event, which takes place on Risa, the planet Risa. And then you have the winter event, which usually starts near the beginning of December and runs through to roughly around the middle of January. And each of these events, each of these seasonal events, you are given the possibility, we'll say option, or the ability to earn a free T6 starship, or whatever the current highest tier ship is in the game. So at the moment, T6 ships are the highest that you can get, and right now the winter event is currently going on, and while any of these events are going on, Q will come, you know Q entity? Q will come to your faction HQ, which is Earth Space Dock, or in this case, the first city located on Kronos for the Klingons, and here is Q here now. So he shows up for... Actually, wait, he doesn't show up for the summer event, does he? No, he doesn't show up for the summer event. Anyway, that doesn't matter. While the winter event is going on, before we advance too far, the first thing I want to show you guys is there are special duty officer missions available, and this is one of them here. Develop and distribute casts of Warnog. You can usually identify them pretty easily because they have a unique graphic here that just, it stands out from the rest. Here's another one, okay, with the planet. It stands out. I don't know what it is. Maybe is it the color? No, it's not really even the color. To me, anyway, they stand out. This is one of them, so we're going to run it. And the other one is here. And these cycle just like any normal duty officer missions. But if we look here, if we get a normal success, we're getting 4 special items from a normal success on this mission, and we have a 0% chance of a failure. If we get a critical success, we're getting 2, 4, 6, 12 special items for getting a critical success. Now, the items that you get are these items here. This is what's known as winter event currency. Okay, all of these 6 items here. You have Andorian sleigh bells, Bajoran gratitude beads, Bolian candles, Targ fur earmuffs, Terran holiday ornaments, and Vulcan meditation incense. So that's all of the winter currency. And by doing these duty officer missions, here's a top tip for you, okay? You are going to want a fair bit of this winter currency in order to make purchases from the winter event store, and we'll talk about that and show you that a little later. The more characters you have that are running these duty officer missions, it is a really, really great way to earn this winter currency. Now, if you've only got 1 character or 2 characters, and you can only spend, 30 minutes in the game, these aren't going to help you an awful lot. They'll help you a little bit, but somebody who has 10 characters and who can spend anywhere between 4 to 8 hours in the game, they're going to earn a hell of a lot more, quite obviously. So this is a really great way of earning winter currency without doing anything other than clicking a few buttons and basically starting those missions. And like I've mentioned before with the duty officer system, the beauty about these is they continue to work for you even when you're not in the game. So as long as you've set them up and got them on cooldown or running, you can log out and they continue to work for you. And the next time you log back in, you should hopefully have a few of these missions to collect, and you will get some winter currency, and then you can set up some more. So anyway, right, we'll move on. During the winter event, a new map becomes available that you can visit. It's an adventure zone, is the best way to describe it. It is called Q's Winter Wonderland, okay? And all you do is you go up to Q and you talk to him, and you say to him, I'd like to visit your Winter Wonderland. Visit Q's Winter Wonderland, and that's it. He will instantly transport you to his Winter Wonderland. And once this load screen finishes, you will see exactly what it looks like. Here we are. This is Q's Winter Wonderland, and it is only available during the winter event. Now, if this is your first time taking part in the winter event, you will get a pop-up screen to show up. Now, it's not showing up for me because I stupidly, accidentally came here without even realizing or thinking about this episode that I was going to do. And anyway, yeah, I mistakenly came here, and unfortunately I can't show it to you now. But anyway, if it's your first time, you come to Q's Winter Wonderland, a pop-up screen will come up. You click whatever option you have a couple of times, and you will get one of these Terran holiday ornaments. You will get one like this. You will get a free one of these bad boys, okay? And what you are meant to do with that is you open up your character sheet, you click on reputations, you click on events up here if it's not already selected, and then you select any one of these active project slots, and you will have a new project here. You slot that project, and it requires one Terran holiday ornament. Once that project completes, which takes like 5 seconds to complete, it will then unlock the winter store for your character. Now, this is important. It does not unlock the winter store for every character. It only unlocks the winter store for the current character, meaning that you have to bring every single character to Q's Winter Wonderland in order to unlock the winter event store. And if we look here in the top left, we have summer event and winter event. And we just click on it, and here we are now. This is the winter event store. And if we scroll down, we can see there is so many things that you can purchase. So starting off, you've got some consumable options here. You don't really want them. These, however, you do want. This is almost a must-have item. And do you know what? Actually, we'll buy them now. Frosted boots. You can see here, actually, it costs 15 Targ Fur earmuffs, 15 Bolian candles, 15 Terran holiday ornaments, and 15 Vulcan meditation incense. So we click buy, we click OK, and ta-da! There's that. We'll talk about that in a little while. Moving on down, we come into costumes. You have a winter hat knitted, we have scarves, we have outfits, jackets, we have sweaters, also many sweaters, more jackets, we have long jackets, short jackets, we have crop jackets. Yeah, look, there's absolutely tons of them. If you want to, actually, here's another pro tip. If you are not sure which one of these items you want to buy, you can simply right click on the item and it opens up a pop-up with a example of the actual item. So we go up here a little bit more. This one here, Festive Q winter sweater. This one is a Gorn sweater. See, it has a Gorn on it. Tardigrade sweater. There's a tardigrade. Then we have disco, and you just have to right click on each item and you can see an example of it. Right, excuse me, continuing on, we come into ground equipment, and you have a crap ton of basically weapons and devices that you can get. Now, what I must point out about these weapons and devices, they are only usable in Q's Winter Wonderland, right? So they will not be usable outside of Q's Winter Wonderland. You can't use them for combat outside of Q's Winter Wonderland. So yeah, you have loads of weapons and devices, and you will use these while taking part in the winter event. You do have some batlets. You have a mechleth. Here's more batlets. They all have different colors. Like this is a red one, this is a blue one, this is a green one. This is a retro style nanopulse edge batleth. This is basically a Star Trek Discovery themed batleth. You have some Lurpas, again green, blue and red. We have some kit modules. There's a nice selection of kit modules here, and do you know what? Some of them are pretty good actually as well. And again, every single item that I'm talking about here all takes winter currency, so you really do want to take your time looking at these things and seeing, do you know what, I might pick this up, and yeah, I'll try this. And if you're taking part in the winter events, and we'll talk about that in a little while, and you're doing the duty officer missions, you will get loads of this winter currency, okay? And you'll be able to make loads and loads of purchases. The problem is everybody wants to purchase everything straight away. You know, nobody ever wants to wait. So here's another tip for you. Every year, I always store 500 of each of these items in my account bank, okay? I always have 500 Andorian sleigh bells, 500 Bajoran gratitude beads, and so on and so on and so on. And that way, when the winter event comes along, I simply take out my stockpile of winter currency and I buy all the new things that have just come out. Anyway, moving down, we have, after kit modules, we have training manuals. And there's not a huge selection, but there's, you know, a little selection there. Then we have some vanity pets, like snowman pet, I love this one, abominable snowman pet, festive candy fish, cramperi pet. Then we come into Starship Components. Now, we haven't come across this yet, but there is a Breen arc of missions that can reward you a special Breen set. So there's a Breen deflector, there's a Breen impulse engine, there's a Breen shield, and you get them all from these story missions. There is a fourth piece to the set though, and it is this cryoplasma infused warp core or singularity core. Warp core for Fed KDF. If it's a Romulan, they have to use the singularity core. This is where you get the fourth piece, okay? Is from the winter event store. So if you're going to use the Breen set and you want the full 4-piece set, you will have to make the purchase from here. This is the only place to get the fourth piece. The other 3 pieces come from the story missions that I was talking about, and the fourth piece comes from the winter event store. And finally then we have a couple of more training manuals, and their space abilities. Right, so that's the winter event store, and as you can see, there is so much stuff that you can buy here. There is crap tons of stuff, and my advice is, well, number one, you want the frosted boots. Like I said, we'll come to that in a little while. You may want some of the costume options. Personally, on my main, I've bought every single costume option just to have them. They're not that expensive. Look, you know, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 8, and so on. And that's pretty much the prices of everything. So yeah, on my main, I actually have purchased every single one of these on my main. For my other characters, I haven't, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, you know, you can look at them and you can see what sort of stuff you might want. Some things may catch your eye. Some things you may not be interested in at all. Then we come down to the winter weapons and devices. Guaranteed, you do want a winter weapon. You will want at least one winter weapon, and it wouldn't hurt to have a couple of the devices. I'm trying to think, is this... That is... yeah, that's a ground weapon. Where are the devices? I want to say this... Yeah, this is a device. This is a ground device. And that's a weapon. Yeah. Alright, so starting from here, the Q's Ornament, Shaved Ice Gateway. From here down, these are all devices. like for example this one, okay? The Q Ornament Gingerbread Defense Squad. Basically, this calls in a few gingerbread men, like a security team. That's what that basically does. So yeah, you definitely want a winter weapon and a couple of the winter devices to help you out. And, you know, have a bit of fun. Pick up a couple of the different weapons, you know. Pick up one, earn some more currency, pick up another one, see which one you like, you know. Try a few of them out and see what ones you're going to like. Then you may want some of the special items like these batlets. The batlets now, they will work anywhere. They will work anywhere in the game. It is only this stuff here that only works in Q's Winter Wonderland. But once you get down to this batleth, from there down, these lurpas and all that stuff works anywhere in game. Right. Next thing I want to do very quickly is I want to set up an additional duty officer mission because we are now in Q's Winter Wonderland, and you want to check your current map for any winter duty officer missions that are available. Okay, next thing I want to talk about. Actually, I need to open or keep that open. So I mentioned earlier that every year you are given the option or the possibility to earn a free T6 starship. Again, you want to open up your character sheet, you want to go to reputation, you want to go to events, and then you click on any of the active project slots, and you will see there is claim free or claim a whatever T6 starship. In this case, it's a Fakiri Stator warship. And all you have to do is select the project, and you can see it takes 1,000 Winter Prize Voucher 2018. So it takes 1,000 of these vouchers. Now, once you have put in 1,000 of these vouchers, this ship, or whatever the current ship is automatically unlocked for every character on your account that you either currently have or ever will have. Meaning that if you create a new character 2 years down the road, they will have access to these ships as well, as long as you earn them at some stage in the past. So the question becomes, how the hell do you earn these Winter Prize vouchers? Okay, well, if we close this down, and we go over here to this Breen, we can talk to him. We can see talk to race coordinator. And he has a mission called Fastest Game on Ice. So we accept that mission, and we turn to our left, and we go down these steps here. And basically it's a race. And you're racing against an NPC. And all you have to do is beat the NPC. And if you successfully complete the race, you will get 40 of those vouchers. So yeah, we come down and we come to this Breen now. We select Signal Race Official. You will be routed and you will be automatically transported onto the race course, like we are now. The countdown begins and you take off. Now I'm going to walk this for the most part because I want to show you how easy this can be. So you just have to navigate the course. Now bear in mind, you are on ice, okay? So if you're running, you are going to slip and slide, and you will need to cut corners and start turning before you approach corners in order to successfully navigate this race course, okay? He's right in our tail, but we're doing good. Like, look, I can speed up now. All right, see, I'm running now, and see, look, I turned way before I got here, and I still kept on sliding. Like, now I'm gonna start turning now, and you can see what I mean by turning before you get to corners, because you are going to slide. So my advice would be to do this a couple of times. Without actually going to the NPCs to start the race. Just do a couple of dry runs. we'll go back to walking, because I just want to show you guys that you can pretty much... You will have to run some of it, and my advice is to run on the straight stretches and walk around the bendy bits, obviously. And we're coming up on the end of the race now, actually. And like I said, when we get to the end, we will get 40 of those prize vouchers. And here's the finish line. So for the majority of that, I actually walked it. I didn't run. I didn't have to run. But like I said, you know, on the straight stretches, speed up a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of breathing room. But anyway, we completed the race. We won it. So now we come back to the race coordinator. We talk to him, and ta-da! He has 40 winter prize vouchers for us. This mission then goes on a 20-hour cooldown. So, assuming you do this mission once a day, every day, it will take you 25 days to build up 1,000 of those winter event vouchers that are needed for this project to earn the ship. As you just seen, the race takes, what? A minute and a half, 2 minutes, probably? And I was walking. I could have done it a hell of a lot shorter if I was running the whole way. It's not that difficult. For the sake of 2 minutes every day, running around the course, and that's it. Come back, just, you know, do it 25 days in a row, or whatever. You do have a bit of breathing room. You have a week or two of breathing room in case you do miss the odd day. But I suppose the point I'm trying to make is that it only takes a couple of minutes, and it's not that difficult. I do know that some people find it very, very hard for various different reasons, but that's why I wanted to show you that it can be done just walking at normal speed, for the most part. Anyway, that's the ship. 25 days doing the daily, and you will get a free T6 ship every single year. Every winter event you get a free T6 ship, and that's all you have to do. Right. Next thing that I want to talk about is...
For today is a good day.
Up here, beside the minimap, we can see a list of winter events. Currently, we have the Crampiri event going on. We have... Well, actually, we'll focus on that. So, down here in the bottom right, we have teleport to Crampiri. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to show you, here on my character, I have already pre-purchased a winter item called the Snowblower, okay? And I'm going to select Z to switch my weapon, Z for Zeta, and here is the Snowblower weapon. So in a minute, this dude is going to show up, the Crampiri, and you'll get to see what this is like. 5 seconds. 5 seconds is all we have to wait now. There he is, and his minions.
You have been naughty this year.
You can see, look, this is just a snowblower. That's basically what it is. And you just keep attacking him. That's it, simple as that. Just keep on attacking him. So while we're doing that, let's get a little bit closer. We can see that the events up here, there's a list of events. So currently we have the Crampiri event, then we have the Snowball Fight, then we have Tides of Ice, another Crampiri, Cones of Conduct, and basically this cycles through constantly. The cycle is, it displays roughly about an hour's worth of events, but there are an hour and 30 minutes worth of events in total, so it only displays 1 hour. And basically all you have to do with this dude is just kill him. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just, you know, keep on attacking him. That's it. End of story. You have these presents that you can actually open, and you get ornament fragments from them. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner there, I'm getting ornament fragments. That's from opening those oversized presents. So see, there's another one, open present. Right, what did I say was the other ones? Snowball Fight. So the Snowball Fight is, if you walk around Q's Winter Wonderland, you will notice that there are a number of snowmen built around the area. And once every hour and 30 minutes, they come alive. And they will start attacking you by throwing snowballs at you. And if you can kill them by attacking them with winter weapons, and that's basically what Snowball Fight is. Now, Tides of Ice, I absolutely love Tides of Ice. Tides of Ice takes place in a designated area of Q's Winter Wonderland, and basically what it is a simulated snowman. So they're Borg snowmen, and it's also funny. It is so funny because they have all these things like, this is the winter of your discontent. We only want to assimilate your something or other. I honestly, alright, look, I can't remember exactly what they are, but it's so funny. They're all, winter cold themed messages that they come out with, and it is absolutely hilarious. It was very popular when it first came out. Actually, look, here's some of the snowmen here, but this is for the Snowball Fight. These guys will come alive for the Snowball Fight. The snowboard takes place in a different area, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Right, Tides of Ice, and basically what you have to do with Tides of Ice is just stop or kill the 10 waves of snow or snowboard that that continue to come down 4 different lanes. That's all you have to do. If there's a few people there, it's not difficult to solve. If it's just you, it's very difficult. Yeah. Right, I'm going to open up some of these presents. If you want throwing snowballs at me. Okay.
You have been brought.
This event has only got about a minute left in it, actually. Whoa. We might actually get to kill this guy one last time before the timer runs out. Anyway, the other event that is on the list is Cones of Conduct. And basically what you have to do there is you have to battle giant Snowconian, okay? Look over here. See all these snowmen?
The magnificent crap.
These guys all come alive for the Snowball Fight, which is about to start in a couple of minutes. Anyway. Oh, yes, another thing. I know I keep on getting sidetracked. You can see here we have view snowmen. Alright? You do that for any groups of snowmen, like this group of snowmen over here as well. See, here we have view snowmen. If you can view every single group of snowmen, and there's probably between a dozen and 2 dozen on the entire map, there's a hidden accolade for doing that for all groups of snowmen. Okay, so there's a little hidden accolade. Another sidetrack. I'm going off on another tangent now. When you first get here, okay, to Q's Winter Wonderland, you won't have any weapons, but you can come up to little piles of snowballs here. See the snowballs? and you can take snowballs and you can use those as weapons, okay? And if we open up our inventory, see here they are there, and then we put them into a device slot, and voila, we can start throwing snowballs as weapons if we didn't already have this one. Anyway, codes of conduct. Yes, you have to battle what's called a Snowconian, and there'll be snowmen there and stuff like that, and you have to get ice, and you have to get syrup, and you have to protect. Basically, you know, you just kill anything that you can target. Let's just leave it at that. You can kill anything that you can target. I think I'm going to stay here for the Snowball Fight. Everybody always comes here to this area because there's so many snowmen, and basically you will see them all disappear, and then they'll reappear, and they'll start attacking you, is what they'll do. But quickly, see our snowballs here. Look, actually I need to target someone. We'll target this guy, and see, we throw a snowball. So you can use those snowballs as weapons until such time you've earned enough winter currency to buy your first winter weapon. Right. We should have... See, look, guys are putting down devices to attack these guys straight away. And we've got just a little over a minute left, and this event will kick off. So right, codes of conduct. Look, it's not that difficult. Just, you know, kill anything that you can target. Simple as that. The final event then is the competitive race. The competitive race is basically a PvP race. So where the fastest game on Ice Race was a PvE race, basically player versus environment. You know, we were against an NPC. The competitive race is against other players. And if you can complete the race without going out of bounds, you will get tags. You can then use these tags later to research winter epos. Epos are a pet. They're a non-combat pet. And if you are not interested in pets, you can turn in the winter epos for marks, and you can get any type of mark that is available in-game at that particular moment. See? They all disappeared, they all come back, and now we attack. And that group is all dead. Okay. What was I talking about? Winter... competitive race, that was it. So yeah, if you're not interested in pets, it's a pretty cool way to build up some additional marks. Because, as I said, you can get all types of marks that are currently available in-game. Whether it's fleet or reputation or anything like that at all, you can get them. Right, and we're going to go up this way. Aha, there's some snowmen. And there should be some more up here, not in the tree. Oh, somebody's already going at them. Get this guy. Alright. Okay, so... I'm just going out here at the back. I know we're back to where we started. That's totally okay.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Because I knew there was going to be a couple there. Another guy here. where else would there be some? We have 25 more to get, according to the progress. Do you know what? Screw that. Oh, look, there's another guy. Okay. So we are back at the gazebo where we first beamed in. There's the race coordinator, and if we go down these steps to where we started off the NPC race, remember we came up to this dude, okay? If we look here, see it says Tides of Ice. Okay, so we're going to go over this direction. And remember, that was the name of one of the events, Tides of Ice.
Enemy targets on sensors.
So if we go over here, we go through this little narrow passageway.
I rule all the lands of ice and snow.
And this is it. This is where Tides of Ice takes place. So basically, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes. Okay. You have to go up to the very top of any one of these lanes. You need people on all 4. Okay. And see beneath these arches here, there will be walls of ice. And basically what happens is snowmen start spawning in up at the very top here, and they start making their way down each of the individual lanes, and as they come up to the ice barriers, they start breaking through them. And your task is basically to kill them as quickly as possible so that they don't break down the barrier. If they do break down the barrier, then they start coming down here, and they'll come to this barrier and they'll do the same thing again. And there's here, actually, we'll go down there. There's a tunnel. See? There's a tunnel here. And they escape through there, and that's the last thing you want. You don't want that to happen. See, I just got some winter currency there for taking part in the Snowball Fight. Right, so that's all you have to do here. This is my favorite event because it's the Snowborg, and the lines that come out with it is just absolutely hilarious and tickles me big time. Anyway, we are heading back towards the gazebo. So I'm trying to show you guys where everything is. See, here's another group of snowmen now. We can view them. Alright, there's the gazebo. There's the race official. And if we look here, there's a path leading up this hill. Okay? And this is where the competitive race is held. Alright? And what happens is, when the race is active, you come up here, you will have the option to join the race. It'll come up here, you can interact with it, you just click on it. And then when the race is starting, you'll get a countdown here on the left hand side. These barriers will drop, and then you start racing down this course. And I'm going to sneak around here. Okay. And this is it. You start running around this course. And you just have to come first. If you come first, you will get 12 tags. If you come second, you will get 6. If you come third, you will get 3. And if you come anywhere after that, you will get 2. I messed that up there. So I'm just going to run this course so you can kind of see what it's like. And maybe even pick up some tips on like when to start turning, and you know what the tricks are, I suppose, to successfully completing it. This is coming up on the end of it now. So there would be a flag either here, back up a little bit, roughly around here is where first place will be. Second place will be about here. Third place is about here, and Anywhere after that, then the flag is roughly about here. Okay. We're heading back to the gazebo. We're coming in on the other side of the gazebo now. Okay. So we went up the hill here, and we raced around, and we came up there. Okay. So now we're coming back into the other side of the gazebo. You can see there's Q. All right. Here is the steps we went down. There's the hill that we went up. There's Tides of Ice. Okay, so you all have a good idea of where we are. Now, this NPC here. Talk to Winter Apple Researcher. When you have a minimum of 6 tags, you can research winter apples.
Q loves all the little
It is a
creatures,
duty officer mission.
even
It
you.
takes 20 hours and requires 6 tags. You can see them up here. Upon successful completion of the mission, and you cannot fail it, okay, you will get an apple pup. You can then do additional duty officer missions with this NPC, and depending on the type of apple you got, so it's either a snow apple, it's a mint apple, it's a candy stripe apple, it's a gumdrop apple, it's a sugar plum apple, it's a lime apple, or it's a cherry apple. So depending on the one that you get, you select the appropriate one here. So let's say it's a plum, alright, and then you either raise a pup, you raise a moppet, you raise an adult, you raise a pup with bow, you raise a moppet with bow, you raise a adult with bow. Okay, so if you get a critical success, it gets a bow, and it's worth more. Alright, but basically you just raise them up into adults, and you can then either keep them as pets, alright, they're non-combat pets, or you can turn them in over here. See here, winter trade-in. These are all the different types of winter apples that you can get, okay? And when they're adults, you can turn them in here for the appropriate marks package, right? Now, you can turn them in when they're pups, but you only get, like, I don't know, 10 marks or 30 marks or something if they're a pup, alright? You only get a crap amount of marks. But if they're adults, okay, and they have the bow on them, or whatever the most advanced version is, you can get like 100 marks or 130 marks for them. So for the sake of duty officer mission, or a few duty officer missions on a couple of days, raise them all up into adults. Right, just so that you know where we are, we're going to go down the steps that we went down originally. There's going up to the Fast and the Furious, the PvP race. There's Tides of Ice, there's the race official. Okay, and now we're going to go across this bridge, and we're going to go down here onto the lake. Now, another event... Oh, more snowmen. Another event takes place on this lake, and that is Klingon ice fishing. Basically what happens is you will see light areas appear on the ice, and you start breaking through the ice and you pull up a fish. You can get small little tiny fish, or you can come up with huge massive whales, and you drop them off in here. Once you have enough collected, a dragon-like creature appears, and you have to battle him, and you just repeat that until the timer finishes. In order to be able to start fishing, you need a Klingon gauntlet. You can get good, high quality ones through the winter event store, or you can get a free one from talking to this fishing master here. And you can see learning to ice fish, accept, and we go over here and we collect a free fishing gauntlet.
The Klingon fishing
There's a
gauntlet
free
is
fishing
in your
gauntlet,
inventory.
and
Equip it there.
we need to equip it, so we are going to put it in this slot. and I'm going to switch weapons. And you can see here now that it's telling me to go here. See how it's a little bit, well, it's not really great, but it is a little bit lighter here. Okay, so we're going to start breaking through the ice. There we are, broke through the ice.
You caught one.
And look, we
Now
got a
take
fish,
it
we got a
over to
medium
the
fish.
offering bowl.
And we just bring them over here and we drop them off.
Remember,
Simple as that.
I will sound the horns when it is time to fish.
And you just keep on doing that over and over again, and you will get winter currency for completing all of that. Right. Next thing I want to talk about is these frosted boots that we picked up when we started this episode. They are a device. I'm going to equip them. Okay. They go into any device slot, and they can be used anywhere in game. But here at Q's Winter Wonderland on the ice, they do something special. So if we click on them and activate them, look at our feet. See our feet there? Look, feet change, and we turn them on, change again. We will actually start skating on the ice if we use the winter frosted boots on the ice. We actually start skating, and if we hit the shift key to go faster, we start skating even, you know, more slick. And if you hit the space bar, you can do some pretty cool jumps like that. And you can have a bit of fun, like so. And I think it's pretty cool. Everybody likes doing a bit of skating every now and then. It's just, it's really, really cool. But anyway, if you are not on the ice, okay, like here, right? I'm not on the ice, I'm moving, I'm walking as normal now. You will notice when I stop, I keep on sliding. But if I start running, okay, and we'll start running here, it's actually a speed boost. Now you will lose traction. Like, look what happens here when I try to turn. See, I keep on moving the other direction that I was traveling. So you do lose traction. But if you have to get somewhere fast and you're going in a pretty straight line, the frosted boots are absolutely fantastic. But if you want to stop on a dime, you can't do it, see? Because you keep on sliding. You may see us using these again later on in the series, but we've got them now, and that's the main thing. I'm trying to think. Oh yes, over here.
Assimilated snowmen are approaching the gate to the Winter Wonderland. They
The
will
center
arrive in 1
of the
minute.
gazebo, we have a mini Q, okay, and we can talk to him, and we have access to bank, account bank, fleet bank, the market or the exchange, basically. And we can send and receive mail. So if you need to do any of or use any of these services, this is how you use them in Q's Winter Wonderland. And then we have the exit option. Let's see, what else is there? Oh yes, tailor is here. This is the tailor to customize your outfit. Talk to holiday ornament vendor. Right, you talk to this guy, and he actually has the winter event store, but he has it broken down into categories. So, like, remember I was talking about the gauntlets? There's a very rare gauntlet for doing the Klingon ice fishing. Here's all the costumes. Here's the ground equipment. And here's the space equipment. This is basically the winter event store broken into categories. That's basically what this is. Remember those ornaments, these things here, alright, that we were picking up. We can turn those in here, like so. We turn in 5 at a time, and we get winter currency for them. In this case, we got some bowling candles. That's what we got for them. So that's where you can turn those in and get something useful. Right, trying to think, was there anything else? I know this episode has been a little bit longer, but I wanted to make this pretty comprehensive for the winter event. Here's some snow piles, you know, to get yourself started. They're scattered throughout the map. It's not that difficult to find snow piles. See another batch here. They're all over the place. So if you don't have any winter weapons, you can find snow piles all over the place, really. We talked about the daily for getting the free T6 ship. You do it 25 days and you'll get 1,000 vouchers and you can claim the ship. It's an account unlock, meaning it's available for every character on your account or that will ever be on your account. We talked about all the various events. We unfortunately couldn't show you all of them, but that's, you know, the episode would just be ridiculously long if we stayed to show you every single event. Yeah, I think that is it. So yeah, we'll finish up here for now. Thanks a million for watching, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I appreciate all of your support. My name is Winters, and I'll see you next time. So until then, take care.